query, and the query is this. The query is how to memorize good shapes. This is a question that you can answer in a myriad of ways, which is why I chose to answer it today for you all. I would hazard a guess that this question appertains to shapes within within musical instruments, namely even like keyboard instruments or guitar shapes, like on the fingerboard and stuff like this. I suppose guitarists are the most shape-based musical creatures that exists in the world currently. But I find for me that I visualize a lot of shapes, like harmonic shapes within the piano. But I've also recently started visualizing them on the harpeji. Let me just get my harpeji out. Oh man, my legs are all creaky. Very creaky indeed. Here's my harpege. I'm gonna do a little heart in the top left hand corner of this poster because it's the one that I put the harpeggi on. So if you get this one, then you know what's good. And you can order posters. Sorry to keep saying this, but you can order posters. I'm signing these posters. You can order them online. You can get a signed glow in the dark Jesse Volume 3 poster for your own, basically your joy, your own sense of joy or sorrow, pleasure, varying kinds of pleasure you can get from this kind of a poster. So I mean, people keep talking about the harpeggi and for good reason. So as far as shapes are concerned, the incredible thing about the harpeggi, which is why it appealed to me so much, is because you have to learn a whole new set of shapes. So for example, on the piano, right, you play a major chord, is shapes like this, right? Yeah, like this. And you learn to visualize the shapes on the instrument. And you can put this shape up here, invert it. Right? And it's all good fun. On the guitar is a whole different set of shapes. Yeah? Open window. Where should we go? Something out there, something looming out there. It's very exciting. Oof. Okay. But on the harpeggi, the shapes are so new. It's so insane. The instrument is capable of things that the piano is not capable of because it's basically half like a guitar and half like a piano. So if you look at the instrument, you can see that there's black and white dots, and those actually correspond to the black keys on the piano, and the white ones are the white keys. But that somehow doesn't make it easier to learn, because basically you have to figure out the shapes that make the most sense. So the thing about the harpeggi, it's not plugged in right now, so you can't really hear it that well. But you basically need to, if you're climbing up the instrument, you kind of want to go in this direction. Because you're not, like the first time I played I did this, because I thought it was just like a guitar with frets, with pull-offs and stuff. You can do pull-offs. But the cool thing about the instrument is that you can move this way too, and you can do these clustery chords, right? I'm trying to play with one hand here to explain what's going on. So a triad on the harpeggi is this shape. And then like a minor triad is this shape. And a sus. Or like a suspended second. Right? I don't really use my thumb. Corey Henry uses his thumb when he plays the harpeggi. Did someone say Corey Henry's in the house? If you hear Corey, man, you're such a dude. Corey is like the best harpeggi player I've ever heard. But yeah, basically what you do, Corey plays with his thumb, don't you? Don't you, Corey? I haven't got good enough to really do that yet. But I tend to use my fingers just to make scales and stuff happen. And so in the left hand, you can do these stretches. Like you can do like a tenth. It's like so easy to do. Corey, he's here. That's so nice. What is up, brother? You can do shapes like this, which on the piano are like really big, but on the harpeggi, they're nice and tender. But the reason I got excited about this is that you can do these sequences. Oh man, just climbing up the instrument and doing beautiful stuff, right? But even just working your way down a scale in thirds is like a whole different kettle of fish from this bad boy. So The question is, how do you memorize good shapes? I think the best way to memorize anything is to use it. In the same way that the best way to memorize a language is to use it when you're learning to speak it. And the best way to memorize shapes on a guitar is to jam with your mates. And the best way to memorize shapes within verbal reasoning is to solve verbal reasoning problems and stuff like that. So I think that I also have the kind of brain that works quite visually. Like I have quite a good visual memory. It's better than other kinds of memory that I possess. But the harpeggio was like such a challenge because it was just totally brand new with shapes. It was like every shape was something I was learning from scratch, and that made it really beautiful and challenging. I love a challenge. Like one thing I've loved to do recently is I don't know if you can really see this, but like pull off my strings like this. I really love that. So you have to visualize the shape above the shape, and then you have to pick off within that shape, because you can't do random. See that? No, it's wrong. Well, not wrong. It's just a no. So I'm visualizing this shape up here, and then there's a shape down here. So I could literally play the harpeggio all day, as I did over Christmas. That's when I really got into it. Anyway, oh geez, yeah, shapes. I mean, I also just love shapes in general. I'm such a shape guy, you know. You'll catch me at the shape market on Tuesday afternoon. There's all sorts of good shapes in the world.